Okay. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः आत्मपरमगुरुभ्यो नमः आत्मसर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः श्री लक्ष्मी नृसिंह परब्रह्मणे नमः श्री लक्ष्मी हायवदन परब्रह्मणे नमः सर्वं श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु. We'll start the class on Madhvācārya, chapter number 3. Just a second, please. I share my screen. I think this is the right one. Oh, there is an error here. 1 second. Can you see my screen? Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, we can hear.
Very good. I'll also increase the volume. What happened? So somehow we have managed to complete 187 lectures on Gita. Only Perumal is taking care of us. How it's happening, we don't know. We'll start with the verse number 4 of the 3rd chapter. Na karmanam anarambhate naiṣkarmyam purushośnute na cha saṃnyāsanādeva siddhim samadhigacchati itascha niyokṣāmityaha na karmanam. In this particular verse, continuing the thoughts we had in the last class, what Kṛṣṇa is trying to do is let Arjuna continue in his swavarna uchita karma. That is, he is a kshatriya and he has to fight. Let him continue to fight. So, to justify that, Lord Kṛṣṇa is explaining the nature of karma. Interesting thing about Madhvācārya, or probably any other bhashya too, that these acharyas thoroughly understand all the Vedanta and Shastras and Gita. So while giving an explanation of chapter 3 verses, they keep in mind what was said in the 18th chapter and they talk about it. By the way, a lot of thought has gone in the Bhagavad Gītā. So Bhagavad Gītā contains a lot of thought on Jñāna and karma. And you might remember this verse in the 4th chapter. Kim karma, kima-karmeti, tavayopyatra mohitaha. What is the right karma? What is not the right karma? Even the great people are confused about this. Right? So this is an important subject. In the last class, we gave an introduction saying everything in our life involves Jnana and karma, pretty much. Whether a person is a theist or an atheist, it just does not matter. All of us need Jnana and karma. Here, the focus in Bhagavad Gītā is about what leads you to Mokṣa. Is it just Jnana, just karma, or a combination? What kind of combination? This is the whole idea or pursuit of information. This is the information Acharyas are trying to clarify. Here, in this na karmanam yuddhadinam anarambhena naiṣkarmyam niṣkarmatam kamya karma parityagena prapyate iti moksham na ashnute. What Madhvācārya is saying is, if you don't fight, that is, don't start the fight at all, will you get Naiṣkarmya? Naiṣkarmya is state of not having any karma. It is actually moksha, right? So moksha will not result by not doing yuddha. What kind of moksha are we talking about here? Kamya karma parityagena prapyate. That is, whatever is attained by giving up desire-oriented actions. That kind of moksha is not, it cannot be obtained by stopping karmas like yuddha. So giving up karma is not a method for moksha. The path for moksha is jnanameva tat sadhanam, na tu karma akaranam ityartha. That means only by jnana one can get moksha. By just giving up karma, you will not get moksha. That is not a path for moksha. Focus in this class very clearly, because Ācārya Madhvācārya is trying to say something very subtle here, because people can get confused by this. And also, Madhvācārya wants to avoid some pitfalls, what he thinks as pitfalls in the Advaita view of karma. Let's see further.
Swami, this kamya karma is also as in Vedas, right?
Yeah. Okay. Kamya karma, whether it is in Vedas or whether it is not in Vedas, it's all kamya karma only, right? Kamya karma, swarga kamo yajeta is also kamya karma. That is said in the Vedas. Okay, if you want swarga, you do this yajna. So, and kamya karma is generally any action which has the intention of some desire or to achieve a desire, which is not moksha desire, right? That is kamya karma. Why is this? Jnanameva tat sadhanam na tu karma akaranam ityartha. Giving up karma does not cause moksha. So Madhvācārya gives some reasons here. Why just giving up karma does not cause moksha? Look at it intuitively. Giving up karma means you stop karma. If you stop karma, there is no bondage in future. So you should get moksha, right? Madhvācārya says, no, purushatvat. What does purusha means? Puri shete iti purushaha. A person who lives in a city. The city is sharira, our body. So, so we live in a body. Do we live in a body in our past lives? Yes. From time immemorial, we have been staying in a body. Oh, feels so overwhelming and feels awkward to realize that we were never without a body, pretty much. Whether it was sukshma sharira or sthula sharira, whether it is a subtle body which has indriyas and mind, or what do you call, if we have, or with a sthula sharira, that is a deha, or this material body, right? We always had a body. Yadi karma akaranena mukti syat stavaranam cha. So suppose if you say that one can get moksha by just not doing any work, the trees don't do any work, the tree stays right there. Those trees should get moksha. Nacha akarane karma abhavat mukti bhavati. Prati janma kritanam ananta karmanam bhavat. Look, just by stopping karma in one life, that I will not do any karma, you will not get moksha. Why? in the past janmas, in every janma, we have done a lot of karmas. Some of these karmas are so powerful that they can produce as effects. They can give you as effects, force you into accepting several janmas. A simple karmas done in one janma, some karmas can result in several janmas as forced punishment, right? So the infinite karmas have been done in the past lives. Nacha sarvani bhuktani. So all these karmas are not burnt. They are not experienced and burnt. Once you experience karma, they will get burnt, right? But we did not have time to burn off all the karmas. That is the nature of these karmas. Some karmas can give you multiple janmas. So how can you spend all these karmas which are in the bank balance fast? Ekasmin sharire bahuni karmani karoti. So in a particular, in every body, we do so many actions. Tani cha ekaikani bahujanma phalani kani chit. Sometimes even a single karma can give multiple phalas or fruits or multiple janmas. They can result in several janmas. Tatra cha ekaikani karmani bhunjan prapnoti eva sheshena manushyam. So sometimes what happens is a lot of unexperienced past karma-phalas are there. So while somebody is a human being, they have done some things and they are not able to experience the karma-phalas or the fruits of actions. So what happens is, since they did it in a manushya janma, some phalas have to be experienced in another manushya janma only, right? So they have to get invariably another manushya janma, because you have to experience what was done in a manushya janma. So it is easier, it's compatible to experience what is done in a manushya janma in another manushya janma. So tatascha bahusharira phalani karmani hityatya asamaptihi. So even when somebody takes up a life,
I have a question here.
One second. Let me finish this slide. Then you'll get a chance. So,
Okay.
given in suppose we have a next janma, which is actually due as an effect of the karmas done in the previous janma. What happens is, in the next immediate janma, even though in the next janma it was only given to someone to experience the fruits of the previous janma, but in the next janma also you have a chance to do karma. You will essentially do karma, and invariably you will do wrong karma also. Again, that will create next janma. So the cycle continues, and it is not possible to stop the cycle. Okay, now I'm open to question.
My question is that if in one janma a person does some work, there is no guarantee that he will get manushya janma next. He might get nicha janma also, or how can you say manushya janma only you have to experience?
No. What Madhvācārya is saying is, see, suppose somebody has manushya janma. Okay. See, what you say is also right. Okay. The very next janma may be, because of the way karmas are arranged, the very next janma may make you get some other janma other than manushya janma, as a cow or something. Doesn't matter, right? So, but what Madhvācārya is saying is, when you are doing a karma-phala, for example, you borrowed a lot of money from somebody in this janma, and somehow you did not give back that money to somebody. Then you probably in the next janma, due to some prior karmas, right? Suppose somebody, I'm not talking about you, somebody gets a janma of a cow. But that doesn't matter what happens during that Janma, because the cow does not have freedom to do any action. So what happens is, but there is a previous what do you call, previous unfinished business. This person has to give back the money, right? So he has to take another Janma, Manushya Janma, and in that Janma, that person has to find that particular person somehow, strangely, and you have to give back the money. So
No.
you can.
I feel that
One second.
in
Let me
another
complete.
Janma when.
No. Let me complete, please.
Oh, okay.
Let me complete. Other people are also listening. Let them hear, please. See, the very next Janma, they may have cow, tiger, or whatever. In the cow Janma, you cannot give back the money. In the tiger Janma, you cannot give back the money. So you have to take up a Manushya Janma to give back the money. So some karmas can be completed, or the anubhava of those karmas are only possible in another Manushya Janma. Hence, they have to take up another Manushya Janma. That is what he's saying. To finish.
No. My question was sincerely, if I am indebted to repay, that I can repay in any form I take the Janma. Even if I take a cow Janma, I can serve the person and I solve my debt. Maybe not in the money, in the form of rupee, but what I owe, I can return it by service, no?
The thing is, I don't know if that can be done, number one. What Madhvācārya
Because
feels,
if I get Manushya Janma today, if I am indebted, if I owe something, and next previous Janma only I have to be born as a human being and I have to give up the money to that particular person. So next Janma only very next Janma only I can get redeemed of my papa, no, by repaying.
see, karma is not.
That is the theory, no.
No, 1 second.
Janmas are there to collect or to redeem, get relief. So my next Janma is Sanchita Karma, I will finish in the very next Janma only. Not coming, expecting some other Manushya Janma, and after 10 Janmas, I will be born as a human being and repay that. It doesn't mean any sense to me.
Why? I don't
That is
understand.
not reasonable.
Why? Why is it not reasonable?
It is not, it doesn't, because if I do something, I will pay in the very immediate next Janma.
Not
That is
necessarily.
that is the jivas. I want to get rid of all my impurities in the very next Janma only. Then only 1, 2, 3, 4, I can become pure. Not expecting a human Janma after 10 births.
Let me tell you why it is not necessarily, why it is not possible. See, the very next Janma, what it is, whether it is human being or not human being, it is not under our control, right? It is the control of some previous.
That is true. That is true. But what is said that as a human being only, I have to repay the money. So money can be, money is only in exchange, no?
1 second.
I can repay what I am indebted to. I can repay by my service. If I do service, I will get money,
I understood. Can I answer? Can I answer? I gave the example of money only as a, what do you call, as an example. That may be a wrong example. It could be something else. It could be a friendly service or something. Could be anything else. There are some karmas which can be fulfilled or experienced only in a Manushya Janma. So if somebody does some things in a Manushya Janma, he has to take up another Manushya Janma sometimes to finish off that particular type of karma. So your equivalence of, in a cow, I will give service. You don't know whether you can do it or not, number one. And whether that cow's service is equivalent to pay off the money. We don't know how many years that cow has to serve, how does they have to serve, and what is the equivalence of the money. We don't know that. Karma is not mathematical. In fact, I had just a slightly slight change of subject. Long time back, I talked to K.S.V. Swami about karma. I told him, some of these karma theory is not well understood by other philosophers like Christian, Islam, or Jewish or something. They think that there is only one janma, and one janma is not sufficient to deal with all the karmas we do. And this one janma theory, and even while taking birth itself, we'll take so many different type of births as an animal and human being and all those things. And why, without karma, how can we have different type of births? And this karma theory is not at all understood by other philosophers. That is the claim I had. And K.S.V. Swami looked at it. Karma theory is not that easy. And I said, why? Our philosopher Vedanta has got excellent karma theory, because we know that if somebody is born with one eye, it was purva janma phala. So we clearly know that there is a reasoning behind what happens. So everything can be explained by karma theory. But K.S.V. said, there are a type of Pashupatas, some Siddha theory or something. He used to name a particular type of sect of Siddhas. I'm forgetting the name of them. What they make fun of Vedantins, that you are like little children who are happy by eating a chocolate. You don't understand karma theory. And somebody saying that karma theory will solve all problems. It is not. It doesn't. Why means we do not know what karmas cause what effects. Exactly like when you say that, why can't a cow serve a human being in the next janma? We don't know what karmas means what. So the karma theory is very general. Karma theory, we don't know particulars of karma theory. Suppose I do this particular type of karma, what will I experience in the next janma or in some other janma? It is not clear. There are Puranas, so the Itihasa Puranas have some specific examples. Maybe in Garuda Purana or maybe in some other Puranas, they may explain very clearly, if you do this, you will be born as a tree or something like that. But not when will I be born as a tree. Suppose I did some good things in this life itself, will my punishment be reduced? These things are not at all, karma is not understandable here.
I have a question too.
Very vaguely you can understand, but not completely.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
See, this is like, now when we go, supposing I'm invited out for lunch into somebody's house, and then I had a meal given to me by them, and we all normally take some fruits or something. Is it because like a return gift that I don't owe them a lunch in my next janma? I mean, this is just an example. Can we equate it to that? Did you get me? No, somebody invites me. We usually take some fruits or some gift to them because we're going for lunch to their house. Is it because the ancient reasoning for that is that we don't owe them? Maybe in the next janma I have to give them back. Anything like
possible. Huh? That is possible. In fact, I remember K.S.V. saying one thing, right? Don't take loans. Please wait. Let me finish it. K.S.V. Swami used to say, don't take any loans. And he used to tell me this story, right? Please mute yourself, please. If you're not asking, please mute yourself. So K.S.V. told me an actual historic thing what happened. When he was like middle-aged or something, his first daughter, I think, used to go, she was 13 or something, and she was asked to do a lot of a lot of work at chores, bringing groceries and things like that. So she used to go with K.S.V. and then they were going to groceries and buying rice or something like that. When they buy rice, she had a habit of taking a little piece of rice and putting in her mouth, right? Then K.S.V. used to warn her saying that please don't steal anything. You have not paid for this particular small piece of rice you took into your mouth. So don't do all these things. Why? Or else you will be born as a rat and you have to serve this guy. You have to give back some. You will be here doing something. So don't have any karma. What he was trying to say is he was very careful about karma. Don't take loans. Repay all your loans. Try to minimize your karma. Even though we don't understand karmas, we have to be conscious of it. That's what we can say. Any questions?
Swami, one question. Does Madhvācārya also agree this anadi karma and anadi karma avidya anadi chakra?
He does. See, karma avidya anadi chakra is accepted to pretty much all Vedantins in a way.
Okay.
They may have a slightly different take at it, but they do have, because that cyclic aspect is the easiest way to solve where we are right now. That is not a complete solution. A long time back, even in the Bhagavad Gītā class, if you go look at table of contents, karma vidya theory has been discussed earlier in detail. We are only focusing on what Madhvācārya is saying now, right? What is his theory of karma? We cannot completely discuss everything.
One thing, Kṛṣṇa, even though karma in detail, if we look at it, it's very difficult to understand. But yet, in a simple way, we should be able to understand that we should be able to do punya karma and avoid papa karmas.
True, definitely, that is possible. What that Nakulisha Pathu Pashupata. His name is Lakulisha Pashupata or Nakulisha. I think Lakulisha. Lakulisha Pashupata system. Find it very funny that Vedantins are so happy with karma theory. And he says there are 1,000 holes in karma theory. People just don't understand it. And that is true. So roughly we can understand karma. Do good things, papa karma, punya karma. We avoid papa karmas, do punya karmas. And whatever the general explanations are given in Itihasa Puranas about what is papa and what is punya, you have to follow it. That is possible. But you don't know it completely. For example, yesterday I had a small accident, say suppose. I didn't have an accident, but I just say suppose I had an accident. What karma in the past janma I have done to get that accident? Or what karma did I do in this janma to get that accident? We will never be able to tell. So
I have to clear myself.
Okay.
Gehana karmano gati, it is said like that is true. Nobody knows what will happen after and how I am going to repay that. Really, we do not know. But for everything, if you bring KSV, he said like this, he said like this. I don't think that he is KSV is not a sarvajna. He is not an authority for everything to quote. It is my opinion, sincere opinion. He also doesn't know something.
True. I never said KSV is Sarvajna.
No. That's why for everything KSV said like that. KSV like if that means that is not the end of the argument. That is not the end of the explanation. That's what I want to tell sincerely. That's all.
Find out what is wrong in what KSV said first.
No.
Don't say anything about what I said about KSV.
No. I'm not finding any fault.
Okay.
I'm not finding any fault.
Let's stop. Tell me what was wrong. What did he say wrong?
No. I don't know as you know him, but because what I sincerely felt, I said, because he is he is also not a sarvajna. He has studied a lot, that I know. He knows so many things compared to all us. But for everything, if you say KSV, that is not an end of the argument, end of the explanation. That's what I wanted to say. That's all.
Never said,
that's all.
Okay,
I don't have any hatred, any
I
ill
understand.
feeling.
No, I understand.
I have
I
a
understand.
lot of great
I
respect
got
to
it. I
KSV.
got it. We understand it. We are not dumb. We understand. We understand. We understood what you said. Okay. But let me clarify here. What it is I never said KSV is perfect and he is Sarvajna. I never said that. Okay.
No, you never said. That also I agree.
Okay.
You never
Then,
said.
okay. Then when I remember certain things he says, I quote him because I studied under him for 13 years. And he has guided me in many, many ways, which other people have not guided me. So he has added a
I really
value
respect him.
in my life. And I
That's
remember
true.
him. And if it is, I have not stopped by quoting anybody else. If Sri Ravi Shankar said something, I quote him. If
Yes.
Rajneesh
Chinmayananda
tells
also
something,
have quoted that. I know. We know. We know
let me
you.
talk. No, let me talk first. If Rajneesh said, I quote. If anybody said, I quote. But I quote most often KSV because some significant value he has added. That's all. Nobody is perfect. Everybody is born out of three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamo gunas. There is nobody with zero tamo guna and zero rajo guna in this world. That is what Kṛṣṇa says. Anyway, so we are not saying they are perfect, but some of the information they are given is very highly valuable. That's all.
No, I have a.
One second, Champaka Mami. I want to ask other people. I want to honestly ask if any one of you other than Champaka Mami felt very irritated because I quoted KSV. Please say, I will not quote KSV again. And you will lose all Jnāna also. Whatever he has said, I will remove it from my syllabus. You want to do it?
Kṛṣṇa ji, I also say Kṛṣṇa ji told us this, Kṛṣṇa ji, because I take inference from you and what I believe in what you said, I say. So I feel perfectly all right when you're quoting a
No. Tell me
extremely
if you
knowledgeable
disagree.
guru. I'm very happy with
Tell me if you are irritated if I quoted KSV. I only want that. If you agree with me, don't worry about it. If you disagree with me that you are all very irritated because I quoted KSV often, please let me know.
No, we are not. I'm not at least. I'm very happy.
I will stop all information he has given me to you and tell whatever I have understood other than what KSV said.
No, I am not at all irritated. Don't mistake me. I have got a lot of respect to KSV. I know him. I know him very well.
So
I know him
what
very
I'm
well.
saying is, I never said whatever KSV said was fine.
No.
I never said that.
I never meant anything. But I said my opinion that is to quote that he doesn't know everything, but he is not an authority to tell, to give explanation for everything. I said that's all. That's all.
Okay, done. Fine.
That's
Let us
I
stop
never
this
objected
argument.
for your quoting. I
No,
know your
let us
respect.
stop. Okay, let us stop this
I have a
argument.
question, not regarding this, continuation of my earlier question. What about these rishis when they live on bhikshas? Many of these saints, they go begging, they eat only food that is given to them. And isn't that they are taking something from someone without returning anything? You got my bhiksham, they live on
What you're
bhiksha
saying
from
is,
house.
no, there are some dharmas. See, that is why there is dharma-śāstra, right? See, every person who has taken a yajñopavita, that is, if he wears a yajñopavita, he can do bhavati bhikshandehi. That means he can go and ask for alms and live by food given and then continue his studies and things like that. So yati dharma also allows people to ask for food because they are not allowed to earn for their own food. So that is yati dharma. So these are all in the dharma-śāstras. These are all in the dharma-śāstras. So that is why dharma-śāstras, if they study, they will know what should be done, what should not be done. What is punya, what gives you punya, what gives you papa.
Thank you.
That's why we can, that's why at an individual level we can only do karma. It's only Bhagavan who knows exactly what to give, what not to give.
Exactly. He is the karma-phala pradata. He is a sarvajna. Only he knows the real value of everything you have done from minus infinity to today. From millions of years before and till now, he can only find. That is why Ishvara is sarvajna. And only he can give karma-phala prada. That he can give the phala for karma. Nothing else. Tatascha, we'll go further. Tatascha bahusharira phalani karmani it asamaptihi. Okay. All I am saying is, summarizing is, karmas, what Madhvācārya is saying, I am telling you. Okay. It's not my opinion. Madhvācārya says, if a person has done manushya, in his manushya janma, if he has done some karmas of that manushya janma can only be experienced in another manushya janma. That is why you with another manushya janma, maybe not immediately, sometime he has to come back to another manushya janma to experience the unspent karmas. This is the view of Madhvācārya we are understanding. We don't know what is perfect and what is not, what is 100% correct and what is not. That's all. Tacca uktam jivan chaturdashadurdvam purusho niyamena tu. Actually, just as, why are we studying Madhvācārya in all this detail and all those things? I found Madhvācārya is one of the unique Acharyas who quote profusely from Itihasa Puranas and some unknown sources. But, one thing, you cannot deny those sources. At least you will know his view, and at least we will get a knowledge of some very unknown quotations he uses. That was interesting for me. See, Jivan Chaturdashadurdvam Purusho Niyamena tu. This is interesting. He says, a person over 14 years, a man means a boy over 14 years, women more than 10 plus years, that is not less than 10 years, has to do karmas which gives manushya has to do karmas which gives manushya deha. That means before 14 years, a person, a boy may be experiencing purva-janma karmas. So, and before less than 10 years, a lady or a girl would be experiencing some purva-janma karmas. But fresh karmas have to be done after that point, and that will result in another manushya deha. See, this is not, where is it said? Chaturdashordvajivini Saṃsārascha adivarjitaha. Saṃsāra is anadi. There is no beginning, ananta. Ato avitva param devam Mokṣa kama-phala. He says the very fact of the cycle of karma, ajnana, rebirth, and all is designed to be anadi and ananta. There is no beginning, no end. So, ato avitva, without knowing, without jnana, param devam Mokṣa kama-phala, without knowing Paramatma, how can we attain moksha? How can we attain moksha without knowing? So jnana is the only path for moksha. Without jnana, we cannot get moksha. That is the idea of Brahma Purana. That's what Madhvācārya quotes. So basically, he is saying the cure for this cycle of births and deaths is jnana.
Swami, question.
Yeah.
Saṃsāra is ananta for Madhvācārya, is it? It doesn't end when moksha is attained, is it?
Saṃsāra is anadi. Only when you get the grace of the Lord, and if He gives you moksha, you can get moksha. So the way karmas are set up is karmas are not going to let you get away from the cycle of birth and death. You keep on doing. That's how we are. Look at how we are. We have so many emotions in us, good, bad, ugly, whatever, and that will lead to all the next actions who are unthought, not so thought. So we don't know what we are doing. We make mistakes often. So again, those mistakes will create. We have to experience the effects of our actions. So that is there for all theories, Madhvācārya and others also.
No, but it ends when moksha is attained, no?
Yes, of course.
So it is
See,
it is not ananta, no?
Oh, okay. See, the ananta is for most people, according to, not everybody will get moksha. Why? Because manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatamopi siddhanam kaschid mam veti tatvata. I said, right? So moksha is not something everybody can get. But what they say is because in the Sri Vaishnava view of it, because God is infinitely merciful, everyone will certainly get moksha one day or the other. That is the Sri Vaishnava theory. But the thing is, based on the quotations given by Madhvācārya, that is not very acceptable to Madhvācārya. He says it's very hard to get moksha. He says it's tough. So most of the way the life is designed, most of the time we don't see the end to the samsara. We have to think that there will be one janma, more janma, more janma, more janma. The end is not in sight. That is the idea of all the quotations given so far.
In the 15th chapter, it is actually clear about this one. Ashwattham prahur avyayam. In the 15th chapter, maybe Madhva is actually.
Yeah.
Maybe he's from there actually. When he means samsara.
It is there. See, samsara anadi ananta is sort of bottom line accepted by all Vedantins. Some people say there is an easy escape out. See, that is why in Sri Vaishnava theory, they say Sulabha Upaya, easy path, is advised in the Sri Vaishnava view. But in the other views, this easy path is not acceptable. How can you get an easy path? How can you get an easy exit? See, some people feel very, very, very upset. One person who was attending my class, in fact, 2 or 3 people who were attending my class, called me up a few weeks back and said, look, you're doing Madhva Bhashya. It is very depressing to me to understand that I have to go through millions of life in the future. I don't want to hear what you are saying. I would prefer a person who gives me a lot of hope. I would prefer some idea saying that right here in this Janma, I can attain moksha. This kind of a positive view is better. You people are as bad as Buddhists. You are saying that you are not Buddhist, but you are as good as Buddhist, because Buddhist is pretty pessimistic view of life. And these, we are not able to find moksha in millions and millions of Janma. This kind of thing is very, very pessimistic, and I don't want to attend your classes. They dropped out. What I told them is, I'm sincerely trying to tell you what Madhvācārya said, what each Ācārya said. I'm not giving you any idea. You follow Madhva philosophy, you follow Sri Vaishnava philosophy, you follow that Ācārya, follow this. I'm not going to say anything like that. This is only for learning. This is like a university learning. I'm not pushing you into any system. Okay? Fine. Let's go further. Yadi cha sadihi syat samsaraha purva karma abhavat tat atat praptihi, what Madhvācārya argues here is, if samsara is assumed to start with a zero karma, that means there is no karma, nothing. Okay, now I'm going to start samsara. So suppose that samsara starts that way. Maybe God will say, okay, we'll start the samsara. What happens is, there was no karma in the past. If there is no karma in the past, why should there be any body? This body is only because of purva karma. So there will be no samsara bandha, there will be no bondage, there will be no body if there is no karma prior to that. So lack of prior karmas means there is no body, you cannot get bondage. Abandhakatvam tu akamena eva bhavati. Karmas don't bind if no desires. So if you do karma without any desire, those karmas will not bind you, so that will not be cause of getting new births. Tatchavakshate anishtamishtam hi. This verse is actually in the 18th chapter. That is why I mentioned earlier that Madhvācārya thinks about 18th chapter while commenting on 3rd chapter. So he is now giving an example, a shloka from the 18th chapter. What does it say? Anishtam ishtam mishram cha trividam karmanah palam bhavati atyaginam pretya natu sanyasinam kvachite. So there are what do you call? There are 3 types of karmas which occur to people. What are the types of karma? One thing is anishta. Anishta is like hell, naraka, and lower births in a worm or kind of a body. They are all anishta. Ishta means something powerful. So, oh, I'll go to Swarga. I will enjoy all these experiences. That is ishta. Mishram means something in between. Not so bad, not so good, something in between. All these effects of karmas occur only to non-tyagis. That is, people who do not give up attachment, right? So those who have no attachment will have no effects of the karmas. For sannyasis, these anishta, all because they don't have any attachment, they don't have any desires, these sannyasis, whatever they do, will end up only in giving them jnana, knowledge of Paramatma Jivatma, knowledge of bhakti, increase their bhakti, and it leads to aparoksha jnana, that means direct realization of Paramatma Atma, and increase of ananda in moksha. If they're already at their moksha level, all their actions will only increase their ananda in moksha, because they will not be doing any bad karmas or papa karmas which will degrade. Even if they do some ashubha karma, that is a little bit of ashubha karma, only there will be a decrease of ananda in moksha. In moksha, there can be different kinds of ananda. It's a little bit lower ananda they can get. So the jnanis, because they don't have any attachment or desires, none of their actions will have bad effects. That is the idea of this shloka according to Madhvācārya. So Varnashrama, what is the whole point of all these things Kṛṣṇa is talking about? Varnashrama dharma karmas lead to moksha. And Kṛṣṇa is saying to Arjuna, don't give up your Varnashrama dharma karmas. You are a kshatriya. Go ahead and fight. That is your dharma. Don't pick up fight with everybody and do adharmic fights. A dharmika fight is okay for you. And only kamya karma should be given up. And yuddha is not a kamya karma. So you should go further. This is the essence of what Kṛṣṇa is telling Arjuna. 2 reasons for not doing Varnashrama. So now he is questioning. Oh, there could be 2 reasons for which Varnashrama dharma should not be done. Why? So this is a what if kind of a situation, okay? He will get option 1. Suppose somebody says Moksha occurs only due to giving up of karma. See, he is secretly having Advaita as Purvapaksha. According to Advaita, one can give up karma. A jnani should give up karmas, right? But Madhvācārya says, yes, he says, he gets some logic saying that that is not correct. Suppose I say moksha occurs only due to giving up of karmas and not because of jnana. Okay. Naiṣkarmya can be taken as a result of not doing karma. Suppose you assume Saṃsāra occurs due to karma. If one gives up, then no samsara, right? Hence, karma-tyāga leads to mukti. This logic doesn't work. According to Madhvācārya says that, look, giving up of karma will not lead you to moksha. Only giving up of kamya karmas will lead you to moksha, not all karmas. So not all karmas can be given up. In fact, it is impossible for anybody to give up all karmas. That is what will come up in the next one or two verses. Second reason is, Jnana is moksha sadhana. Karmana badyate janturu vidya vimuchyate. There is a Saṃnyāsa Upanishad and also some Mahabharata and some Vachana or some Smriti Vachana is there. Karmana badyate jantuhu vidya cha vimuchyate. Because of actions and karmas, a jiva gets bound in a body. Vidya cha vimuchyate. Due to vidya, one gets moksha. Tasmat karma nakuruvanti yatayaha paradarshinaha. Hence, karma nakuruvanti. Tasmat, because the yatis, the sannyasis do not do karma, knowing that karmas will end up binding them in some other janma. So, because there is no karmas, no restraint, right? There is no bondage. Hence, jnana will cause moksha. He says, this is also not possible. Because karmas are infinite karmas that can cause infinite janmas, some karmas can cause several janmas. Hence, avoiding future janmas by not doing karma is not possible. What this verse may be saying that, yatayah tasmat karma nakurvanti. Yatis don't do any karma. He says that is not at all possible. Even yatis will have to do karma. They have to eat. They have to do something. They have to beg. Only they can give up some ashrama karmas, Gṛhastha ashrama karmas they can give up. But not all karmas cannot be given up by yatis. That is what Madhvācārya is arguing. Madhvācārya says in summary, Yajñārthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. You do any karmas which are not directed towards a yajna. Yajna shesha, whatever contributes to yajna, they are the only karmas which will not bind you. If you do any karma which is not dedicated to any kind of yajna or charity, all those karmas will bind you. Hence, giving up karmas cannot give moksha. You have to give up kamya karma only, which is not yajna karma. Hence, you should do yuddha, which is varnashrama uchita. So, according to your varna and ashrama, O Arjuna, that is the right thing to do. Go ahead with the war. Giving up karmas is not at all an option for you. Don't believe in anybody else's philosophy. That is Madhvācārya's assessment of this verse. Nanu niṣkāma-karmanaha phala abhāvat moksha smrtaha niṣkāmam jnāna-purvam tu nivrittam ityuchyate. So the thing is, only niṣkāma-karma has no effects. And that is why you will get moksha eventually, because of jnana. Not because of karma you will get moksha, only because of jnana. But niṣkāma-karma will help you. Niṣkāmam jnāna-purvam tu nivrittam ityuchyate. Whatever you do with jnana in mind, that is with proper paramatma jnana and jivatma jnana, you do the right kind of thing, that is a nivritta karma. Niṣkāma is without desire, anything you do, that is also nivritta karma. Nivrittam sevamanastu brahmabhya abhyeti sanatanam niti manave. Manusmriti says, nivritta karmas if you do, you will get to Brahma, you will reach Brahman. or moksha. Atastat samyad akaranepi bhavati ityata aha nacheti. Ataha tat samyat akaraneti akarane iti bhavati ityaha nacheti. Saṃnyāsa kamya karma parityagaha. See, some people say, Kamya, even Kṛṣṇa says, Kamyanam karmanam nyāsam saṃnyāsam kavayo viduhu. Intelligent, some kavis are intelligent people who knows Kṛṇṭadarshi. They know that kamya karma should be given up, and giving up of kamya karma is actually saṃnyāsa. So, karma Tyāga has the same effect, right? Giving up karma is the same as saṃnyāsa, right? That is a question here. Kamyanam karmanam nyāsamite vakshamanatvat. Look, just giving up karmas is not saṃnyāsa. Only giving up kamya karma is saṃnyāsa. So Kṛṣṇa clearly says, Kamyanam karmanam nyāsam saṃnyāsam kavayo viduhu. He supports, he says, great people think that giving up desire-oriented karmas is actually saṃnyāsa. So you should clearly know, just giving up karmas is not saṃnyāsa. You have to understand. Giving up all karmas is not saṃnyāsa. Only giving up kamya karma is saṃnyāsa. See, this is what he wants to clarify. Why he wants to clarify? Other people make mistake or have the wrong thought of karma. Continued here. Akama karmanam antah-karana-śuddhya jnānāt moksha bhavati. So, without desires, what happens? You will get antah-karana-śuddhi. Your internal mind, intellect, and your pura karmas, everything become clean. Jnānāt moksha bhavati. Then you get jnana and you will get moksha. This is common to Shankara Bhashya also. Tacha uktam karmabhihi shuddhatatvasya vairagyam jayate hridi. In the Bhagavata, it says, if you do the right karmas, that is what you call non-desire oriented karmas, and your mind will become pure, then you will get vairagya. You will not have attachments or desires. Desireless karma will lead to moksha. Viraktanameva cha jnana muktam natasya tattva grahānāya sākṣāt varīyasīrapi vācas samāsanna swapne nirutya grhamedi saukyam nayasya heyanumitam swayam syāt iti. The pleasure of Gṛhasthas is inferior. That means just having family or children and being in this kind of the Gṛhastha life, it is actually inferior. It is not perfect happiness. And if one does not know it, they will not be able to understand the exalted message of the Vedas. And even if they hear it, they may be even uttering the Vedic Vakyas. The other people may be teaching them Veda supreme and powerful messages from the Vedas. Because this Gṛhastha does not know what is the right happiness, that Gṛhastha will not be able to even understand the message of the Vedas, so exalted they may be. However exalted the message may be, because this mind of this Gṛhastha cannot discriminate between what is true bliss and what is not true bliss. Natu phala-bhavat, karma-bhavat, niṣkāma-karma does not lead to śuddhi. Okay. Yatyashramastu pratyayartha. So I will continue this later because it's already 8, 10 now. If you have any questions, we will answer here. But the information I'll start giving in the next class. Unfortunately, we could not cover much today. And I have to tell you, I apologize to Champaka Mami if I'm very harsh. We differ on the subject of case. We have different opinions. I do understand. Well, we will continue arguing about it, and there is no hard feelings. Okay.
Does
Any
it
questions?
mean that if you're a Gṛhastha, you cannot achieve moksha? You have to take another janma?
Not like that. Look at what was said. that one, wait a minute, where was that? Hold on a second. See, what is the meaning here? Natasya tattva grahanaya sakshat variyasirapi vachas samasanne. He says, the pressure, even if you are a Gṛhastha, if you really know the pleasures of Gṛhastha is inferior, you will definitely look for Mokṣa bliss, right? So it is not that you should not be a Gṛhastha. But being a Gṛhastha, you should clearly know that the pleasures of the Gṛhastha is not the highest. Did you understand the subtle message here?
I got it now. I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. They should clearly know what do you call, this is not, what do you call, some people say even drinking a cup of coffee, oh my God, I had a morning cup of coffee. It was, I already went to Mokṣa because of that cup of coffee. They say, that means they're not understanding the true value of what a coffee gives, right? Like that, Gṛhastha pleasures should not be taken as final, that's all. Otherwise, they will be completely engaged in such Gṛhastha activities only. Then they will not know something is higher. They will never go to they will never pursue anything else.
Just one question. Getting Citta-śuddhi is also as good as
Okay.
most of the karma, right? Hello. Just one question. Getting Citta-śuddhi is also as good as clearing of most of the karmas, right?
Yeah, without karma clearance, you will not get Citta-śuddhi.
But getting Citta-śuddhi is also as good as clearing of most karmas.
Yes, but you cannot get 100% Citta-śuddhi. If you get 100% Citta-śuddhi, then you will immediately get Mokṣa, because you will get Jñāna.
Okay.
So Citta-śuddhi is relative, right? If I had if 90% of my chitta was really dirty, and if I can get 10 more percent cleanliness of chitta, I'll get 80%, 20% purity, right? So it is relative.
Okay. Thank you.
Here, in the context of Madhva, when he says Jnanat Moksha, it is the knowledge of Hari and Jivatma, right?
Yes. Yeah. Jnanat Moksha, Hari and Jiva, and the relationship between Hari and Jiva, and that the whole 100% dependence on Hari, all those things. And one more thing, he says, even Taratamya is necessary. Without Taratamya knowledge, you will not get Moksha, kind of a thing. He has got almost that kind of importance to Taratamya knowledge. He says, if you don't have Taratamya knowledge, you will not respect the Devatas properly. And that will cause more karmas, and then you will get bound.
The same thing was said last week in Udupi by one of the matha, the head of the matha. So he was saying the same thing, that Taratamya is very much necessary.
Necessary, exactly. So, see, we got to understand that there can be difference of opinion among different Vedantins. The reason is we have thousands and thousands and thousands of scriptures. If you give a little bit more value to some scriptures, you will find a different answer. So, so naturally, you can coexist. All these Vedanta can coexist because they come from different reliance on different kind of scriptures.
Kṛṣṇa, again a basic question. In Madhva's view, what exactly is Naiṣkarmya here compared to Shankara's or Ramanuja's view?
Naiṣkarmya term is similar to all three Acharyas. The state of not having any karma. That is similar. Naiṣkarmya is moksha in a way. What do you see? The thing is, I cannot exactly answer your question because I need to go to the Bhashya and exactly find out if there is a minute way they differ. I have to check it up and tell you. That's a good question, because we need to go check out if there is a difference in the way the Naiṣkarmya term is understood by this Acharya. That we can check. I can let you know.
Naiṣkarmya means without attaching, without attachment, if you do the work, is it not Naiṣkarmya?
Well, what do you call it
That
here?
is to be done. What is to be done? That all duties, when they are done as service to God, as I am destined to do that work, I will do it with Bhagavad Arpana. Is it not Naiṣkarmya?
What you're saying is niṣkāma-karma done with Bhagavad Arpana, Ishvara Arpana Buddhya Krita niṣkāma-karma is Naiṣkarmya. The thing is, here you can think of Naiṣkarmya also in a different way. Madhvācārya thinks there is no karma left, a state. For Madhvācārya, Naiṣkarmya means moksha itself. State where all the karmas are burnt and there is no nirgataha sarve karmaha yasmin stitau. That is the
I understood.
he is thinking.
Because Ramakrishna, when the karma itself drops from the individual, when he is liberated.
True. So the thing is, that is the state of Naiṣkarmya Madhvācārya is talking about.
Oh, understood.
Yeah. Nirgataha sarve karmani, right? I should say. Nirgatani, maybe my Sanskrit is really bad. So if you no questions, I will stop here. Asmat Gurubhyo Mahatma, Param Gurubhyo Mahatma, Sarva Gurubhyo Mahatma, Shri Kṛṣṇa Parabrahmane Mahatma, Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Parabrahmane Mahatma, Shri Lakshmi Hayavadana Parabrahmane Mahatma, Sarvam Shri Kṛṣṇa Arpanamastu.
Thank you.
Namaskaram. Namaskaram.
Thank you, Kṛṣṇa.
Namaste. Thank you.